Today I'm taking a look at the AZZUNO laser level. So this is nice. It actually comes with a large case. It looks like a stackable case. Got our instructions. So it says it uses 3.7 volts. The accuracy is 1/10 of an inch at 33 feet. So that's fairly accurate. 515 nanometer green light. Automatic leveling range is within plus or minus 3 degrees. So that means that if it's off level, it can automatically re-level within 3 degrees. Working time is 5 hours if you're using all of the laser lines. Working range is 33 feet. Class 2 laser can work at negative 10 degrees Celsius to 50 degrees Celsius. 4800 milliamp hour battery. 0.2 amp charger. Charging time of 2.5 hours. And a weight of 7.72 pounds. So it looks like this actually comes with 2 batteries. These have a nice soft, it's almost rubbery. It's like a plasticky rubbery material. You've got 2 contacts there on the top. You've got our charging port that is USB-C, and it says that is 4800 milliamp hours. Also see on here 4.8 amp hours, 17.76 watt hours. So very happy that they included 2 of those. So that way if we need to work for a very long time, we can have one of them on the charger while we're using the other one. We have got some laser safety glasses, so in the event that that is going to be shining in our eyes, we can put these on to protect ourselves. We have got our target. So you can see that it's just got some reflective material there on the back, so in the event that you're shining the laser onto a wall that can absorb a lot of light, you can just throw this thing on there and that will reflect almost all of the light. So if you're having trouble seeing the laser, this can make it a lot easier to see. We do have a magnet on the top, and we've got a stand so we can just stand that guy up. It does come with a charging cable that is USB-C to USB-C. This is interesting. This is something that you definitely do not normally see with any of these laser levels. This actually comes with a platform that you can use for dialing in your accuracy. So if you're trying to move that laser up just a little bit, it can be very hard to like grab a pole on a tripod and try to pull that up at the exact height. With this, you can do that a lot easier. No mounting on there. There is no quarter 20 holes or anything like that. This is just a platform. This is your quarter 20 platform. So we do have some leveling feet here on the bottom so you can fine tune your adjustment. It does have a 5/8 threaded hole here on the bottom. So if you want to, you can put that on a laser level tripod. And you can see when we rotate this knob, that will actually rotate the entire base. So that way if you're trying to line up a laser left and right, you can do that very easily with this. And here we've got a wall mount. So we've got some magnets here on the side. They also included a plate, so you can just throw a couple nails on the wall and then we could stick this guy to that. And you can see this would be perpendicular to that plane. If we were to take this knob and spin it, we can get some tilt adjustment on there as well. We have got a screw right here, so that is going to pull the mount away from the wall. So if we need to move it left and right a little bit, we can do that. We have got another knob right here where we can do the same thing, rotating it just like we would with this base. So a lot of options for this wall mount. So here is the laser level. Now this is one of the cool things about it. You can see how this is rotated. You can actually move this head. So this is basically a protective cover for the emitters inside there. You want to make sure that those are protected. But these windows are where the laser actually shoots out. And these little braces here can stop the light from going through. So if that is covering up exactly where you need that laser to go, we can just move that to the side so the laser can emit where we need it. And they all have that little rotation capacity. Something you do not normally get. Now there is a nice rubber coating on this. That feels very nice. And we also have another bonus emitter here on the bottom. That way if you need to line something up on the floor, this one might be a little too high. This actually gives us another emitter here on the floor so that we can even see that. We've got our spot on the back for our batteries, and we've got our power switch right here. You can see as we move that, that also locks and unlocks the emitters. So let's throw a battery in and turn it on. Oh, yeah, that's pretty cool. That is a very interesting little startup sequence. That's neat. So kind of like a power on self-test so we know that the thing is working. So we do have a display on this, which is another thing that you do not normally see on a laser level, but we can see that the battery is at 94% charge. That's cool. So this is just capacitive touch. We have the horizontal, we have the vertical, and we have the mode. Right here is flashing. So if you got multiple laser levels going at the same time, you can tell exactly which one it is. So if we hit horizontal a couple of times, it'll throw all those on. And if we hit vertical a couple of times, we got all of our vertical lasers. Now this also comes with a remote. So we got a little tag in there, so that's going to protect our battery. And with that, we got horizontal, so we can hit that to turn on and off our horizontal lines. You got vertical for the same thing for our vertical lines. Oh, that's nice. So we can actually adjust the brightness of the laser. So right now we're at high. We also have low. And we have flash. So in the event we got that laser level set up exactly the way that we want it, but we want to break out for lunch or something like that, we don't have to come over here and hit that switch. We don't have to worry about accidentally bumping it, moving where our lines are. We can do everything right here from this remote. And this also comes with a tripod. So this one is a little unusual because this one does not have a head pre-installed on it. But because we know that this is a 5/8 on the bottom of here, we can actually extend this out a little bit and we can thread this guy on. we have got an extending or like a periscoping pole, which is going to be very nice for in the event that we want to move up and down a very small amount. Again, having the capacity to move that laser very finely, it makes a big difference whenever you're trying to line up a laser level. We do have a lock right here, so we can lock that in place in the event that we want to make sure that that is not going to have the capacity to move up and down at all. The knob can kind of fold out of the way, which is going to be nice for storage. We also have a spirit level on the top, so in the event that you want to make sure that this is going to be perfectly parallel to the ground, that is going to help us out with that. This is a plastic tripod that makes it very light, so in the event that you're carrying a lot of tools, that is not going to be an issue. This also has the style legs that I prefer, and that is the flip style lock. I like those a lot better than the ones that you have to grab and twist, just because I know with these when that is locked and when it is unlocked. We have also got an adapter right here. So on the bottom of the laser level, we have a 1/4-20 mount right there, and this is actually a nice metal mount here on the bottom. Usually these are plastic, so that is nice. We have got this guy right here. We can thread that onto the bottom of our laser level, and then instead of using this, we could just thread that directly onto the tripod. This is probably going to be something I'm going to be using anytime I'm going to be using this laser level, just because having that fine adjustment on there can make a big difference. But it is nice to know that they got this adapter included just in case we want to use it. Now it does also have manual mode, so right now if we rotate it, it'll blink and make noise. If we hold M, then that will put in manual mode. So with that, if we're trying to put a laser on a wall or something like that, we want to make sure that it's straight, but we want it to be at a slight angle. We can actually do that with this, draw that line, and it's not going to be beeping at us. So with the tripod fully extended, the top laser is about 44.5 inches. So that is not very tall. For me, that's about belly height. So if I want to hang a picture on the wall or something like that, I would need to have something taller. But it does work, and the fact of the matter is, we do have some adjustment for spinning. So if we need to line something up vertically, we can do that. For example, that all of our screws right here are going to be lined up and down. These lines here on the bottom are a little bit low, but of course you can always put that tripod on top of something else if you need to get a little bit more height. So overall, if you're looking for a laser level with a whole lot of features, a whole lot of accessories, and that is actually pretty darn bright, that is going to be an excellent option.